Hey, welcome to another video on Expected Value Lotto, where we look at US scratch tickets and their expected values. And in this video, we're looking at the new New York Lottery $10 $1 million holiday cash ticket. This is part of the November 2024 series of tickets that came out in New York a couple of weeks ago. And this one is a number match game, and there are a couple symbols you can find here in the main play area. The first one is a hat for 5 times your prize, and the second is a snowman for 10 times your prize. And then you have these bonus spots in the middle of the ticket where if you can find any prize amount in any of these, you win that amount of money. Now here on this page, we're looking at the prize structure and odds that the New York Lottery put out on this game. Overall odds are 1 in 3.55, and it does look like you can win anywhere from $10 up to $1 million. So it's really the top of the prize structure that stands out to me. $1 million isn't bad for a $10 ticket. It's the odds that are off. If you have $1 million prize on a $10 ticket, the odds should be somewhere around 1 in a million to win it. These odds of 1 in 2.4 million are about twice as long as they should be. So this is the New York Lottery being cheap. And then also the odds on these, the $5,000 and $2,000 prizes are also way too long. So yeah, definitely New York being cheap up there at the top of the prize structure. And then we also do need to talk about taxes. So in New York, for any prize over $5,000, they're automatically going to take out 32.82% in taxes. That's a lot of tax money, and I don't view that tax money as part of the value of the game, so that is going to affect how I view this top prize. So instead of $1 million, I'm going to view this as $671,800. And with that adjusted prize amount, when you run the numbers on this game, you find out that the payout comes in between 68 and 69%. This is crazy low for a $10 ticket. We look for a minimum of 70% payout for every ticket we review on the channel. $1, $2, it doesn't matter. But for a $10 ticket to have 68% payout is just criminal. It seems like it should be illegal. Now, we do need to mention that the reason we look for 70% is that states can make plenty of money in the 70% range. And so for New York to put out a $10 ticket at this low of a payout is really, it just shows how little consideration they have for their customers. All they care about is, stealing as much of your money as they possibly can. So I don't respect that at all. I would never, ever buy a ticket like this. Now, we do need to mention that the 68% payout does include all of the top prizes or upper mid-tier prizes, which not a lot of people are going to be winning, which means very few people are going to see 68% payout on this game. And so what we want to know now is, what is the payout going to be for the average person with average luck who may not be winning those top prizes? And in order to figure that out, we're going to subtract out the value of the top 1% of prizes, recalculate, and see what that new payout number is going to be. So looking back here at the prize structure, the separation between the top 1% and bottom 99% of prizes happens at the $100 prize level. And I got to be clear. I would never, ever, ever buy this ticket. I recommend that you not buy the ticket either. But we all know people are going to buy it. So for those people who are wasting their money on it, when they do win, they're going to expect to see a prize somewhere between $10 and $100. There is a split there at the $100 prize level. It's about 91 to 9. So about 91% of these $100 prizes will fall here in the bottom of the prize structure, where average folks are playing. The other 9% are going to join all the rest of these prizes to make up the top 1% of prizes. Now, top 1% prizes are really difficult to hit. If you want to know the odds of hitting one, look at the overall odds, move the decimal point 2 spaces to the right, and you find out that only about 1 in every 355 tickets has a top 1% prize on it, which means you are in $3,550 before you would expect to see even one of these top 1% prizes. So that's really important information to note if you are thinking about playing this game. Now, because so few people are going to be winning these top 1% prizes, we're going to take the value of all of these, subtract it from the payout number you saw before, and that's going to leave us with the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes, where 99% of people are going to be playing this game. And when we do that, we find out that the payout of just the bottom 99% of prizes comes in between 59 and 60%. This is also a little bit below the minimum 60% payout that we look for the bottom 99% of prizes. And we look for 60% because, at least in my opinion, when you are playing here in the 50% range, you just lose your money so fast that, to me, it's not fun to play. It's just frustrating. And so why would you go out and spend $10 just to be frustrated? So I would like to see this bottom 99% payout, increased a little bit. Now here on this page, we're tracking the increases and decreases in New York $10 tickets. The data point for holiday cash is all the way over here on the right. So you can see there was a little bit of a bump in value from the previous $10 ticket, but it doesn't matter because all of these payouts are garbage with the exception of the $50 or $100 ticket right there. The rest of these are garbage. I wouldn't even glance at them. Now, if you are playing $10 tickets in New York, up here in green, you see the best ticket in every column. So if you're playing for overall value, $50 or $100, that's the best ticket that you can get in New York, unfortunately. If you're playing for odds, the holiday cash ticket has the best odds. If you are a more conservative player and like to hold on to as much of your money as possible, $50 or $100 has the most money at the bottom of the prize structure for average folks. And then if you're more of a high roller and like to win a little bit more money, when you are lucky enough to hit in the top 1%, the $3 million max has the most money at the top of the prize structure. And then we are keeping track of top prizes over here as well if you're interested in that. Now here on this page, we are ranking New York $10 tickets based on overall payout. 68.85 was good enough for third place. So this is the third best $10 ticket we've seen come out of New York, which is shocking because the value is so low. New York, again, has had one decent $10 ticket and the rest are garbage. Here on this page, we're ranking based on the bottom 99% payout, so friendliness to the average player. 59.12 was good enough for sixth place on this list. So yeah, this is going to feel maybe a little bit below average, but not by much. Yeah. Now here on this page, we get to compare $10 tickets across states. And this is a really useful page because it shows how New York is comparing to what other states are doing in this $10 ticket category. You can see, well, we have the top 35 tickets here on the list. The 35th best ticket has a 75% payout. This one that we're looking at, Holiday Cash, has a 68% payout. So, I mean, it's so far off this list. That shows how bad, how little competition there is between New York and other states. But what we really want to do is focus here on Massachusetts. Massachusetts have great $10 tickets. 80% payout is usually where they come out at. So if you live near Massachusetts, it'd be worth it to take a drive, buy some Massachusetts scratchers instead of buying New York scratchers, because you're getting way more value from these Massachusetts scratchers than from New York. And I really think New York should go out of business, as bad as their scratchers are. But anyways, the best $10 ticket we've seen came out of Massachusetts. It was the Monopoly Doubler, had 81% payout. And we have to ask the question, if Massachusetts can put out $10 tickets at 81% payout and make plenty of money doing it, that's the key, then why is New York putting out $10 tickets at 68% payout? That's over 12 full percentage points less than what Massachusetts did with Monopoly Doubler. And that 12% is a massive amount of money when you think about how many tickets go into just one scratch game. One scratch game can easily have 10 million tickets that make up the game. Multiply that by the $10 price tag, and that's $100 million wrapped up in just one of these games. 12% of $100 million, of course, is $12 million that the Massachusetts Lottery is putting into the hands of its players, that the New York Lottery is stealing from its players. It's wrong, and I can't wait for New York to be held to account for ripping people off and stealing their money. I hate to see scratch players get taken advantage of, but New York is maybe the worst state, at least of the ones we're looking at. Now here on this page are the top 36 friendliest tickets to the average player, so they have the most money in the bottom of the prize structure. And so this new Holiday Cash was at 59.12, so a couple of points off the list here. So most $10 tickets do better than this new one from New York. So this page is to give a little bit more context as to how low the payout is on Holiday Cash. The $1 tickets in Massachusetts regularly come out at 69% payout. That's over a full percentage point more than what you're getting from a $10 ticket in New York. That's crazy. The best $2 ticket we've seen came out of Georgia, had 75% payout. What is that? Over 6 percentage points more than what you're getting from a $10 ticket in New York. Best $5 ticket we've seen came out of Georgia, 77% payout. Little bit less than 9 percentage points more than what you're getting from a $10 ticket in New York. This is all completely backwards. You should never have cheaper tickets They have higher payouts than a more expensive ticket, even if it is from another state. But for $1 tickets to have more value is just completely ridiculous and uncalled for. I mean, the New York Lottery ought to be embarrassed about this. They ought to be ashamed of how they're treating their customers. They ought to be apologetic. And I can't wait for the day when somebody, puts forth a class action lawsuit and sues the New York Lottery and puts them out of business, because they have no right to treat people like this. Now, here on this page are the top 36 highest payout tickets that we've seen on the channel so far. Lots of $10 tickets here. They're all from Massachusetts. So again, really strong category for Massachusetts $10 tickets. Here on this page are the top 36 friendliest tickets for average folks that have the highest payout in the bottom 99%. Again, there's a few $10 tickets scattered here and there on this list. So yeah, that's about it for the New York Lottery $10 $1 million holiday cash. It's so bad. Please don't play this. Please don't let the New York Lottery rip you off and steal your money. That's exactly what they're doing, and they couldn't care less about you. Yeah, I mean, it's really, really sad. So if you're into $10 tickets, my advice is find a scratcher from Massachusetts that you like and trust, and just go in on some $10 Massachusetts tickets. You're going to get way more bang for your buck by doing that, and you'll have a much better holiday, I think. So anyways, that's about it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.